Hello, hello, hello. Thank you guys for tuning into my channel. I hope you all don't mind. This time I just needed to be beside some water and share this message with you. It's been a really long 2020 and full of learning. And I can't say I've been particularly bored. I've been receiving so many messages and dreams. I mean, really. And the first thing I want to share with you guys is that it's just one, continue learning. I'm hearing something about, yes, it's just very important for you guys. First, let me say this. Yeah, just continue reading as many books as you can, one on finance, one on real estate, on different ways to invest in private clubs. For example, boating licenses. Make sure you're holding on to those. Make sure you're learning how you can get a pilot's license. Because this is kind of in tandem. If you received yesterday's message, you can always pray and see if this is for you. But you're going to start to things are going to start being revealed to you in a lot of ways. The people that you're going to start getting invitations or exposure to are going to be different and going to be elevating, areas in your life from the past that maybe you didn't have before. And this is in regards to the blessing why it's important for you to just kind of keep quiet about your meetings. And by increasing your skill set, you're going to be exposed to a lot of things. Right now, you might even just be taking classes online or doing online learning. I'm. Yes, the message is to splurge on the higher ticket prices. Sometimes it's really important just to pay that entrance and to see if you even want to get into the room, right? Because it's not going to be you that's going to be coming through you. It's that's going to be coming to. It's going to be God that is coming through. And like the way you were created is very special. Yet at the same time, it's not about you, right? Like at the same time, you're everything and nothing. Your consciousness, but not that it's so self-centered and completely focused upon you. It's just one of those things that you're going to have to stay focused, stay clear, and move forward. I was feeling a lot of also like confusion and a lot of waffling, right? Because there are small purchases being made and they're starting to add up, and you're looking at your finances and you're kind of like, some of you are even scared to look at them. So what I want to share with you is that, yeah, it is ultimately like one of the most important things beyond anything else to really just sit and be, to really sit and be focused on, obtaining what you can to get that higher ticket, to get what you can to increase your skill set. Now, what's going to make a difference is not your experience. And yes, okay, when I look to different like people who are coming from higher levels of business than somebody who comes from a beginner level. I don't want to say high or low, but somebody who has had a lot of experience on their belt. For example, Mr. Wonderful, and he talks about, that there are certain skill set levels that where you would need to reach one space. Okay, for example, the type of skill sets that it takes to run a company from 0 to 100 employees is going to be different from one that takes to run a company from 100 or 0 to $1 million. And then to grow the business from 100 to $1 million to $100 million to run the company is going to be different than that. That's from 100 to 500 or half a billion, then half a billion to a billion. All of these areas in which you can look back are scalable is not going to be the same person you would hire a mom and pop store, right? So maybe let's just say you started your business and it starts from a mom and pop store, startup area. And your business is everything. I'm referring to your ministry. And your ministry is not preaching. anything that God has given you a gift of. It could be music for some, Jimi Hendrix for it's anything that is behind this positive energy that God has given you the gift. This is your ministry, so it's going to continue to grow. Spend as much money on education as you possibly can. Learn as many new skill sets as possible. Why? Because 2021 is coming so quick, and it's either, some people didn't know what to do. They just kind of like sat in their homes and they didn't quite understand, like, hey, where am I going to go after this? I don't even know what to do. Some people were using it as a point to level up. So the people who use all of this year, and even I was listening to a statistic, a lot of billionaires have actually gained more money from March until now. So this is like almost 9 months of a whole year, and that they've made more money. They've made more money during this time than any other time in their other businesses. So this is the time to also start scaling. When you know that yesterday's message is for you, now you'll also know, listen, it's time to start scaling. It's time to move forward in a bigger way. It's time to gain a lot more skills. So whatever that means for you, if you can go in person, if you can go online, if you can take as many classes, if you can invest in yourself, that's going to be the best investment. Because I've shared this before, even on an Instagram message, the godfather or the dean of personal self-development recommends that, it's more important for you to spend more time working on yourself than your business. Your business is just a small fraction of it, right? So when you look at everything in totality, what is a small fraction is not, that pales in comparison to the things that are upcoming. I want to also recommend you guys, and yes, take as many informational classes as you can on artificial intelligence. Do as much education for yourself as possible so you can really understand how artificial intelligence works. So what's going to happen is the whole world is going to change. They're using COVID as a vehicle for a massive amount of change. I'm talking, this is going to be so massive. You really don't want to be left behind. So use the remainder of this time, whatever money that you have, whatever you are putting aside, start using that and start investing in everything that you possibly can. I mean, like, you can just like Google a bunch of things and see if this is it for you. I'm hearing also something is nursing for some people. A lot of areas are going to start. I mean, just like now that we're even thinking about all these first responders and people who are like going through hard times, they're even saying, the news is sharing, hey, it might be a cold winter. What things might you need if not even just for yourself, again, I keep quoting Mr. Wonderful, but he really does share that Kevin O'Leary shares that, like, it's so important, that you understand that when other people start joining your team, you are second, third, fourth, fifth, depending on all the people, right? The first person that you start serving is your customer. So if you're going to grow in different ways, not even just maybe not for yourself, maybe you're not serving a client or a family member, but for yourself. If there's no one there and you're still in school, this is really important for you to be able to, absolutely, you need to go ahead and and I don't like to tell you all what to do, but this is something that is just like, okay, look, go now. And you can hear the water in the background, like it's just moving forward. It's one of the more important things. Yes, it is 100% important for you to, I was hearing nursing, absolutely, and a different form of this. So when you understand about the body, and also I'm hearing nutrition, and I was seeing a lot of Dr. Sebi. Now he was, I don't know how much of you, I don't have a whole lot of time to go into it, but just a short, and I keep talking really fast. It's like a lot of the messages are coming in and I have not really had so much time to explain. There's a truck passing, sorry about that. But he found a cure using natural food. He was a natural doctor. He worked as a natural doctor. And he understood how foods can help supplement this, and he really advocated for an alkaline diet. Now, these are not vegan. I'm talking alkaline. Vegan can even be Dorito chips or Cheez-Its. but I'm talking alkaline, which is pure fruits, vegetables, things like this. So he found certain things that would help supplement immune systems, and people with certain you know, let's just be like, let's be honest, people who look like me, brown skin, people, hey, this is how we can fix sickle cell, iron, anemia, things like this, HIV and AIDS. And guess what? He was later murdered. And now we are saying the same thing with Nipsey Hussle, I feel like 2 years ago. So for this, I do want to share with you, it is very important to study nutrition. And if this message, if that's your area, the next thing that was speaking to me was music. I'm not sure who this message is for, but music is really important. Whether you're DJing or playing instruments, people are going to need it during this time, and you need to focus a lot of your energies and attentions toward music. That this is actually going to be what heals you, and continue that you put all your passion into. This is going to be the next thing. So for everybody else, to my friends and who feel like I'm just lost, at least you know a direction to go. You listen, anything, you just go in a direction, and if it doesn't work out, don't keep fighting to have it done. Just calm down and listen, and do what you can to not resist, not to take away from your energy. But I do want to share, listen, I went to law school and it didn't work out, and I was like, what am I doing next? And God said, go to Mexico. So that's what I did. In 2015, that's what happened. So I want to share these things with you. I really hope that this message comes to you very soon. That this message was to really increase your skill set. As I learned in 1 Corinthians, let me just check real quick. I think it's chapter 17 or 1832. Let me just double check, because I was reading the word pretty. Anyway, if you increase your horizon. Okay, I found it. This is actually in the book of, I'm so sorry, First Chronicles. So, First Chronicles, chapter 4, verse 10. God, when we ask God to enlarge your territory, that's what you're going to be blessed with, right? Jabez cried to the God of Israel, saying, "Oh, that you would bless me and enlarge my border and territory, and that your hand would keep me." And that your hand would be with me. This is really important, because, that you would keep me from evil and it might not hurt me. And God granted this request. So when we're asking, really, hey, when we're saying that abundance is coming, it doesn't mean that you just don't do nothing. I shared in the last message, listen, it's already done, but you actually have to do it. You can't just say, okay, like I'm going to inherit the nations, and then sit down. If you get this message and you are asked to go to school, you're asked to travel to a different place, you're asked to network with different people, when you're enlarging your territory, you actually have to get up and do it. So I just love you guys, and I'm really happy to deliver this message. And please drop a comment, like, share, or subscribe. Thank you so much. See you later. Goodbye.